What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, guys, to another FCB show, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again with another FCB show, guys. Liam and Zeer will be here very, very soon. Big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and yeah, man. Listen, this is gonna be a great show, guys. We're gonna have a lot of things to talk about on this episode of the show today. We're going to be talking about the Rashford deal with Barcelona. Basically, we know that Barcelona have been linked to Rashford now for a while, and basically, we're just going to get into it and just talk about the likeliness of it, and also we're going to talk about Jonathan Tah, guys. He's officially signed for Bayern Munich. He's officially a Bayern Munich player. This is obviously a player that Barcelona were looking at throughout this January all the way to the summer, but now he's confirmed he's joined Bayern Munich. And then we're going to also get into some ranking system, guys, because I'm going to ask Liam and Zeer, we're going to do a ranking of all the Bayern Munich players. And basically, I'm just going to ask them about where they would rank these players' seasons and the players that they would sell, that they would keep, who have been their best players, who have been the worst players, who've been the underrated players, and all of those things, guys. But if you guys like that, make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and big up to every single one of you guys, man. We got some people in here already. It says Kylian Mbappe says, "What's up? What's going on, man?" It says, "Barca fan." Yeah, I am a Barca fan, bro. I'm a Barcelona fan, die-hard Barcelona fan. Big up to every single. If you're new, make sure if you're new and you're subscribed, big up to you, man. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, big up to my brother Godfrey, man. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? Long time no see, man. It's been a long time. You got the Kaiser Chiefs logo there. I see you, man. I see you. Big up to you, man. Let's see. I hope everything is good. Zia and Liam will be joining us, but put your questions in if you guys have any questions that you guys want to know. Give me a second, guys. Let me check something. All right, there we go. Barcelona are looking at Diaz. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We are actually been linked to Luis Diaz. And look, I'm not even against the move for Luis Diaz at all, right? Which I think a lot of people are confused with, because a lot of people think that I have something against the Luis Diaz deal. I don't. I have nothing against the Luis Diaz deal. I'm more like the issue that I have more with is the amount that we want to spend for Luis Diaz, right? 85 million. Like, I don't think he's worth 85 million. I'm gonna be very honest, man. I don't think he is. I think we can get a much better offer from signing players like Nico Williams. I think that Nico Williams will not cost that amount. Let me think. Even players like Lookman. I think Lookman is a very, very underrated player. I would look at him. Leao, I'm not a big fan of Leao, so not really when it comes to Leao. But Luis Diaz, I would take him, but not for 85 million. No. Yes, I'm also a Barca fan. I met Alien Improper as a joke. I got you, man. Listen, I knew you were a Barca fan, because only a Barca fan would make a joke like that, for real. But yeah, big ups to you, man. Big ups to you for being here, man. Big up to you. He says, Marcus Rashford. I mean, you're a Barcelona fan. Tell me what you're saying, man, because I've been talking about the Rashford deal, and I've kind of made my feelings clear on the deal. I'm not a big fan of it. I would rather us go and look for other players in other positions. But yeah, the club are really insisting on trying to buy this guy, man. I don't know why. I mean, we know that Deco has been talking to his entourage yesterday. So clearly this is getting more and more serious. Apparently, Rashford is now followed Barcelona and Lamine Yamal. So clearly he wants the move. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not sure about this deal. I'm not sure about this deal. The only way I would even honestly take this deal is if it's a loan deal, which many people are saying is going to be a loan deal with an option to buy. Maybe I might take it, but that's the only way I'm taking it. I'm not even gonna lie, man. Yeah, we already got Liam in here, man. Big up to my guy Liam. He's already here. Big up to you, bro. How are you doing, man?
Bless up, man. The raid's gonna be coming in a couple of minutes.
No, of course, man.
But yeah, man. Big up, bro. How are you, man?
Hey, listen, man, I'm doing good, man. Obviously, we're gonna get into it, man, because obviously, there is some more good news this week. I mean, really depends on how you look at it, Liam. But we did, last time we did the show, it wasn't a lot of good news coming out of Bayern Munich. Obviously, we're talking about Verts a lot, but we're not gonna be mentioning Verts in this one. So Verts is not gonna be mentioned. We're gonna talk about other stuff, because guess what? Life is not always about Florian Wirtz. You feel me, right? There's other players available. You know what I mean, right? And you guys have actually signed one. But before we get started, let me actually read some of these chats, man. It says, if this
Hmm.
taking place in going next season, we are screwed. Yeah, I echo that. I echo your words too, man. And here we go. There's my guy.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. That heavyweight show was mad. Big up to everyone.
No, I loved it. I loved it. That was my favorite
Bro,
show.
it went
That
from
was
it
my
went
favorite
from
show.
Omar versus. I mean, it went from me talking with Alf to then we talk about conference and Omar v touchline to then I don't know what else happened. The Lewandowski argument, then Zoggy argument. Me and Eunice had. Oh my
Mm,
god, bro, mad. That was
yeah, man.
that
But
was.
yeah, big up to you guys. Appreciate you guys for the raid. Big up to every one of you guys who are joining from the raid. Big up to everyone who's already here. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. But yeah, listen, man, I'm not gonna lie. This is probably one of my favorite heavyweight shows because it had everything. It had all of the runs, the shouting, everything. Hey, listen, man, that's what we love the show for, man. It can't always be, you know, easy. Sometimes you have to have these moments, man. You know what I mean, where people are getting rattled, man. Because,
Oh, I'm
and
here
you
for
know
the
what?
chaos. I love chaos, but you got too chaotic, bro. You got too
Well, you
chaotic.
know what? I don't care, bro. It's touchline, so I don't care. Touchline is the bigger, bro. This brother is everywhere. Whether he's on YouTube, he's on the group chat, he's everywhere just trolling, bro. And now he's getting so trolled that he loved this, bro. The fact that he loved this stream, I enjoyed. I was happy. I don't even care, man. But yeah, man, big up to every single one of you guys. Appreciate you guys for the raid. But listen, let's actually get into it, man. First big news. Jonathan Tah, man. I saw the video this morning. I actually saw it this morning. Jonathan Tah officially signs for the club to what year again? I didn't see. Is it 2029?
29.
2029, 2029.
Yeah, 2020, 2029. Obviously, I've been hearing a lot of news, right, recently, ever since the deal has happened. I've been, obviously, you know me, I always read into the news, right? And there's been a lot of talk that, with Jonathan Tana arriving, I think the plan next season might be, like I said, Opomacano and Jonathan Tana partnership. It's very likely that, Kim and Jay is going to be pushed out the door, or if he wants to leave, he can leave, right? But before we get into all of that, I know you guys all have your opinions on Jonathan Tah, right? Maybe you guys may not rate him as highly. I want to start with you, Liam. Right? You guys have had defensive problems last season, right? All
Oh
of the
yeah.
talk, Kim Min Jackass. We all remember the words. You know what I mean? Opomacano, I love you, I love you, Opa. We know all of that. But I mean, first signing, being a defender, what do you think about the deal? And do you think that on a free transfer, of course? What do you think? I mean, about this Jonathan Tah move?
I think it's a good move. You get him in for free. He's one of the better centre backs in our league. Which, to be fair, we needed to, strengthen, like you just said. Um,
I
and
got
for
you.
the longest time, we have been going elsewhere. If it's Serie A, La Liga, or Premier League or whatever, rather than doing what Bayern do best, which is buy from our league. So I'm happy. I'm happy with Tar. Um, and yeah, man, it's very interesting as well. To anybody in the chat, bless up, number one, hit the subscribe button, smash the likes. But yeah, it's very interesting as well because if you guys didn't read what he said in his interviews and so on, he actually signed because of company, and because company said that he can make him better, and he's idolized company for the longest time. Um, so it's very interesting to see on that one. I think he kind of sees himself as like a mini company, um, in the fact that he resonates with him so much. So yeah, for me personally, I'm chilling. I think it's a good deal. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the chat, and hand over to Zeer to give his opinion.
I mean, this is the only thing I can add to your point. Really, is it's expected. Really, I mean, for a majority of the time, I won't say all the time because obviously in January it looked like he was going to go Barcelona's way.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
hmm
but because of Flick and then the
yeah, yeah,
Arsenal
yeah.
move and
hmm
all, I get it. But like in the summer, we should have got him and we didn't get him. Um, and when that didn't happen, I'm like Project 2026, which funny enough comes to fruition. There you go, right? And then January we don't get him or we don't go for him. Be cool, whatever. I mean, I was actually worried because I thought Flick would actually take advantage of the situation and all. Get to the summer and I'm reading news about Barcelona saying that they can't register this and they have more things to worry about, and then Omar
Yeah,
saying about all that. I'm like, it's only a matter of time till he joins. So it's like for me, it's like cool standard. Should have been done like last year anyway. To be honest,
hmm
would have saved us from some troubles. Now I will be real. I don't think Jonathan Tah is enough. It's good,
No,
but it's not
you're
enough.
what? You're 1000% right. He's not.
And I'm talking about in
But
center back department. I'm
yeah,
not even
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
No, no, no. I agree. I want another centre back as well. 1000%. Um, I agree 1000%, bro. And I want to start in centre back as well. I know that they probably won't go and get one because they're planning with Opera and Tar to be the centre back duo, but you just never know in football, man. You've got to have a starting centre back for me, not a
Bro,
backup.
even if it's not starting, okay, you want it to go make get it done, and I'll be content, no problem. See
Okay.
how it
Yeah.
goes,
Yeah.
bro. Trust me, I've seen way worse last season.
Oh yeah, 100%. Of course.
Like other than Schlotterbeck, realistically, there's nobody I'm really interested in. Honestly, unless if you want to go get like from the lower league, like Hanchko's and the man, like from our league, the ones I'm like, and I'm talking like from big name perspective, the only one I'm really content with is Schlotterbeck. That's it. So if it's not him, you may as well go get Etekor. Etekor is a decent center back. Go get him. You still have Ito as well, that you can play left back or center back. And then now that you brought in Asnu, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a few moments as well,
hmm
like there you go. That's something that you can work with now. Yeah. So yeah, man. For me, it's just get a center back. Just get a center back at this rate.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking for, bro. And then
And
let's
I'm
hope
sure.
that we can do something with him. That's it.
Yeah, 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 1000. And I'm sure Omar's probably going to speak about it. And are there any?
Hey, big up to my guy Nick Football, man. Big up to you, bro. Make sure you guys subscribe to Nick Football, Liverpool fan, man. Big up to you, man. Thanks for being here. All right, go ahead.
So yeah, man. Obviously, we are linked with other centre backs. So,
Mhm.
but yes, Omar might relate to this, and I don't mean it in a rude way. I really don't.
Go
But
ahead.
one of the things that Jonathan Tarr said in his interview was that he related to Vincent Company. Now he related to him because he had an African father and a European mother, just like Company does. And obviously, with you being African, again, I'm not being rude or anything like that.
No, no, no. Trust me, I didn't hear this, so I'm hearing it for the
Yeah,
first
yeah, yeah.
time.
So he basically he didn't say that he thinks he's Company, but he kind of like is following in that footsteps, if that makes any sense, because of the African dad and then obviously the European mum. They're both the same, obviously different countries and so on,
Hmm.
but yeah, like and he said he was watching him in the Bundesliga a long time ago. So Company was not in the Bundesliga. Um, and he obviously main player for City, isn't he? When you think of
Yeah,
Vincent
yeah.
Company as a player,
Of
you
course, of
you
course, of course.
City. So, but yeah, man.
I mean, listen. I mean, I hear it. At the end of the day, I think that yes, yeah, like, obviously we know that Jonathan Tah was a player who was heavily linked to both Barcelona and Bayern Munich. Now, I'm not saying this because I'm trying to get under anyone's skin, but I genuinely think that you signed them because we kind of pulled out a deal. Because let's be real, right? You guys were in for Jonathan Tah since January, just like us, right? But the whole talk was that he was going to join Barcelona, right, for a long time. And it seemed that because we'd been speaking to his entourage since January, and he was very interested in the move. That's why it looked like we were going to be the ones to sign him for so long, right, Liam?
Mm-hmm.
And in the end, Barcelona ended up buying ended up, with Araujo. I'm sorry, yeah, Araujo in, right, playing. after, because this was before he came back from injury, right? He came in, wasn't really playing well. Christensen, I think him returning and performing so well is kind of what made the club think, do we really need Jonathan Tah next season? You understand what I mean? So I'm gonna be very honest. I think that's the case, to be honest. But I don't know what you guys are saying.
No, I understand and I get it. I get it because the thing is, like, let's be honest, and that's why I mentioned the January thing, because I did think at some stage that he was eventually swaying to going to Barca more than Bayern.
Mhm.
Obviously, that you guys being more intent played a role, but the fact that you couldn't get him, and let's not lie, Liam as well, and chat, let's not lie. He was at one point a few weeks ago waiting for a Barcelona response before he would get back to us. So that in itself speaks volumes. You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Mhm.
But hey, I'm guessing maybe this whole company factor is maybe after he realized that he has to suck it up and join Bayern. Maybe that's what it is. Like
Maybe.
that's the only thing. That's the only way I can make some sort of sense out of this is maybe after he realized Barca is not happening. Okay, I have to. And you know what? If that's the case, I actually rate the mentality of Jonathan Tah then, and maybe this is why that there's so much talks about him being a potential leader in that because of these things.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Because
know,
he
because he has the willingness to adapt. I
yeah.
rate guys that's willing to adapt for me.
And
That's the first.
another thing he said. Sorry to cut you off. Another thing he said was that it's not. He didn't really care about like the team. He said there was a load of offers on the table, but he wanted to go to a place that could offer him first team minutes and offer him a place to get better. And you're not doing that without first team minutes. So I don't really know what team he's talking about, just because even in Barca's case, and I'm sure Omar will have his opinion on this when I say what I'm about to say, but even in Barca's case, like where they're lacking is defense. So, like, I don't know where he's talking about. Maybe it's a different club. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, to be fair, listen. At the end of the day, you know, I mean, it's a good deal for you guys, and you guys did need a defender. Let's be real, right? With everything
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you guys went through the whole of last season, bringing him in is it's a positive. Let's be real, right?
yeah. Hmm.
Big up to every single one of you guys. Omar, you need an area threat taller than clinical. Yeah, we'll get to the Barca section next. But yeah, what are you guys saying about the Jonathan Tah move to people in the chat, man? Do you guys think that? I mean, for me as a Barca fan, I mean, I don't really care much because let's be real. Our defense is now really our biggest issue, right? The defense itself is not the biggest issue with the club. So not having him is doesn't really bother me as much, right? Now, a position that definitely we need to work on is the left wing, and we've been linked to a few players, right? We've been linked to Luis Diaz. We've been linked to Nico Williams,
Rashford as well.
Rashford, and Lookman. And now the Rashford thing is the one that's been carrying a lot of like attention recently, and I don't know why, right? And now it seems that Deco is really interested in bringing this guy in, right? And basically, we spoke to his entourage yesterday. Now, I'm not really happy about that, to be honest. I prefer that we look in other positions, but look at other options, not other positions, other options. But the talk has been that apparently it's not going to be a signing, like it's going to be a loan deal with an option to buy. So if he doesn't do well, we can just ship him back to
Option or obligation?
option.
Okay.
Option. Now, when I heard this, in my head, I just thought, okay, well, I'm not a fan of this deal. I would prefer to not the deal done at all. Because here's the thing with Rashford, right? You're gonna say, but Omar, remember Rashford back in the day, like a few seasons ago? Remember how good he was under Ten Hag in his first season? All of this, no, no. The guy has shown that he can turn up when he wants and turn off whenever he wants. I don't want a player who can just like that. You understand what I mean, right?
Yep.
If you're going to be out of form, I need to know that at least you're trying. This guy sometimes has shown that he tries when he wants and tries when he doesn't want. And that's not the kind of player I want. Right now, because they were saying that it's going to be a loan deal, I'm like, okay. I mean, I will only consider if it's a loan deal with an option to buy or a loan deal with no option. And that would actually be better, right? But if it's a loan with an option to buy, because listen, we've seen players who've left leagues, gone to other leagues, and performed well. Now, Rashford could prove me wrong. I am not sitting here being arrogant and saying, "Oh no, he's gonna flub this and this." He could come to La Liga, and Hansi Flick could completely unlock this guy and make him one of the best players in the league. I am fully aware of that. And if that happens and we have an option to buy, then we can then take the option to buy. Because I'm like, all right, well, listen, you've proven yourself. Now you deserve the move. But that's the only option I'm taking. Now, what do you guys think about Barcelona looking to bring this guy in? What do you think, Liam?
To be honest with you, mate, this is gonna be you're gonna think that I planned this, and I generally haven't. When you were ranting with touchline, I was just chomping, bro, just eating, enjoying the show. And I've got these clips, and yeah, man, I'm gonna have to put a clip on my nose, bro, because he stinks, bro. Absolutely stinks. He's trash. You know, there's a reason he's called Trashford, bro. Maybe Hansi Flick will get something out of him. One thing that I can say about Hansi Flick, and you'll know this, Barca fans will know this, Bayern fans will know this guy knows how to get things out of players. I never thought Serge Gnabry was going to be top goal scorer for Bayern one season. He was. So, yeah, like he can look at what he's done with Rafinha. You know, you yourself were cussing Rafinha out at some point, you know, and now he's one of your best players, you know. So now, you know, is that going to happen? I don't know. I don't think he's been that good for Villa, but again, it's still the Premier League. Premier League is pace and power. La Liga is more tactical. And, you know, maybe, just maybe, with the pace that he has, you know, you've got the pace in Yamal. He's very quick. Pace in Rafinha. And then you have pace in, you know, him. You know, obviously Lewandowski doesn't have the pace, but, you know, either way, that's the point. You've got pace and all of that front three, other than the striker, you know. So maybe it could work. But for me, yeah, I wouldn't touch him, mate, to be honest. I think, and also, I think his ego is through the roof.
That's a good point. See, that's another problem. But Zeer, what are you saying?
Man said, Zeer, what you thinking, and then got kicked. That's mad.
I mean, okay, so you know, we'll wait for Zeer to return. Now, I mean, I saw his internet moving on his show, and I said, "Yep, this is gonna be the same thing when it comes to my channel. He's just gonna be getting kicked out." So I already know what's going to for this. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, but okay, I will ask you this, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
You say it's stinky. Now, you just mentioned about Hansi Flick's incredible power to make players look better than they are.
Yep.
And that, for me, is why I might, little bit, maybe that's why I'm just not like completely against the move. Oh, it's a terrible move. Don't ever do it. Like, I'll prefer not to do it. But, like you mentioned, Hansi Flick's track record in making bad players look better than they look. Like, even Rafinha this season, he's got 50 GA. I'm not going to lie. Even with like 50 GA, to be perfectly honest with you, even in the second half of the season, he's looked stinky as hell. That's why, like, you remember in the first half of the season, people were saying, put him in the Ballon d'Or conversation. How many people put him in the Ballon d'Or? Like, quickly went from Rafinha for the Ballon d'Or to now Yamal for the Ballon d'Or. Why? Because his form fell off a cliff in the second half of the season. And even though, yes, he was still scoring. Yeah.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? Like, I know it's all if buts and maybes. It's so easy to talk rather than anything else. But, like, imagine if next season Yamal is absolutely cooking the way he is. You know, you've got Rafinha cooking, Lewandowski still banging goals in left, right, and centre. And then you can get Rashford to be half the player he was in that amazing season. You know? Mm-hmm. Your team's going to be lit, bro. And I don't like your team. You know that for a while. So...
I mean, listen, if he does a Bellingham and just scores goals and be shit, I would take it. I'll be like, hey, listen, man, I'll take you being shit and scoring goals, scoring me winners. I'll take it. But I mean,
Um,
Zeer, I know your internet was kind of moving mad, but I want to know what you think.
The
I
time
get
I
it.
moved to a better location in Riyadh, maybe this would expose the area I live in, and my wife would be better. But listen, uh, yeah, man. Listen, I was gonna say that if
Hmm.
didn't have a Rafinha, then this would make more sense. But because you do, it makes zero sense. To be honest, because they're
Hmm.
similar profile. Like, what's the point of getting another counter-attacking winger when you need someone that's different to Rafinha? Um, you know what I mean? I think that's where I'm coming from this perspective. Like, yeah, the attitude and this, but I think Hansi Flick can pattern that up, bro. Look what he's doing with Rafinha. So it's not even about that
Okay.
for me.
I mean, I agree, man. For me, I mean, look, like I mentioned, Hansi Flick. I mean, apparently Hansi Flick is okay. He wants Rashford. I mean, if that's the case, then hey, maybe he sees something that we are not seeing. I mean, he saw something in Rafinha that I didn't see.
to
So,
and to be fair, to add on to that, one thing that was very questionable with Hansi Flick at Bayern though was that he wanted Havertz and he wanted Timo Werner.
Werner.
So you just never know. Now
so
we
he's
can't,
so
you
he's
know,
gonna.
right now the way we're thinking it says like, oh my word, what was he thinking? Blah blah blah. They're crap, but he could have made them into stars. We don't know, because
Hmm.
obviously it never happened. We don't know. So if you do
Yeah,
get him, we
yeah,
will
but
find
that's
out.
us. Yeah, but Liam, I said this to Yasser a few hours ago because he brought up a point that like all you could do is you let the manager do their thing. If it's wrong, you question them. But I told him that the problem is that we can't afford to make errors because we just all we know what to do is win. That's all
Yeah,
we know doing, winning, and then money is on the line as well. So like it's one of those ones, really. But yeah, man, listen, I do agree. Maybe Flick can turn Rashford into something. God knows. Maybe he could have turned Havertz and Werner to something. Who knows? But is that a guarantee? No. So that's where the
yeah, of course.
concern comes from.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah,
But
I'm,
even the Jonathan Tah thing, like with us, we just talked about. Who knows if he's gonna be turning everything upside down from what he was at Leverkusen. Not like he was bad. There's a reason why we got him. But you know what
yeah,
I
of
mean,
course,
like.
of course.
It's not like he's gonna light the world up on fire or something. Like we don't know. We have to see. It's one of them ones, man.
Now
I
It's
mean,
about taking
yeah,
the risks, I
yeah.
guess.
I hear it. I hear it. It says I don't want Rashford even on loan for a week. Look up to my guy. Start making
Oh,
sense.
man
We're
said a
going to do
week.
something. Yeah, said a week. It says me Rashford out already. Damn. It says not even a loan deal for a week. Godfrey says. It says I'm willing to take Diaz, but for 50 million max. If the Diaz deal will stop a potential superstar deal in the future, I don't want him to. I mean, yeah, that's another one. This is facts. Anyways, it says Luis Diaz is the guy that I want for a fair price. I mean, yeah, for a fair price, I'll take him for sure. Luis Diaz is not good enough, man. I mean, definitely not for 85 million. All this money in Saudi and McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Bro,
My days,
I
get
can't,
that.
I can't help it, man. I can't help it. I really can't help it. I don't know what to tell you, bro. But my
Yes.
location is fraudulent, bro. I live by Thamam. What can I tell you, bro?
All right, this guy right here, he's actually been one of the people who was. He says we're talking about Rafa like he was below average play before Flick. The truth is he had two back-to-back 20-goal season under Xavi where he was playing well with low confidence and a lot of pressure. I mean that is also true. To be fair, that is actually true. I think that he yes, I do. I think under Xavi he had his moments, but yeah, he was very frustrating in certain moments as well. You feel me? But I mean, listen, Rashford also, he showed some potential at a few seasons ago, right? And that's me really stretching it, honestly, right? That's really me stretching it because I'm gonna be very honest, man. I am not a big fan of this move at all,
Mm-hmm.
at all. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Give me a second. Listen, guys, I want to do something right now, guys. All right, Liam. I want to
Yep.
do a tier list, right, for Bayern Munich, right, this season, right. Obviously, your
Okay.
team has been doing well, right, right. You guys, you guys have had of your ups and downs. Basically, I want you guys to rate your players and put them in the tier list, right. Now, you see how the tier list is looking: elite, amazing, great, average, no impact, and sell them ASAP. You understand what I mean, right?
Can I
So,
just ask one thing? Am
mm,
I having to agree with Zeer? Are we going to have to agree?
no, I mean, that's actually a very good question. Okay, so you
So,
know what it is. You can even if you don't disagree, right? We can agree to disagree and maybe just put them in a certain place, right? You feel me, right? So let's
Yeah,
say
I
you
have an
want.
idea. I have an idea. If me and Liam don't agree, you have a final say.
okay, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
no problem, then. No problem. Because I've watched. Bayern Munich this is. So I'm gonna let you guys have your say. All right. So we'll start. Obviously, you see the Bayern Munich players. There they are. We'll start with, is that Sasha Bowie? I
Yep.
always forget.
Yes,
All right, that's
yes,
Sasha
yes.
Bowie. So let's start with Sasha Bowie. Like, what average where would you put him? Sell him immediately,
Um,
no impact, average, grade, elite.
I'll let Zeer talk.
Yeah, I'm not
Go
gonna
ahead,
lie.
Zia.
There,
Talk.
I mean, in a normal circumstance, I would have disagreed with him. But bro, I can tell his head's not in it, so there's no point even defending. Sell him ASAP. Like,
Tell him ASAP. All right. Liam, what are you saying?
Bro, if there was an option to bin him, that would be the option.
Jesus. All right. Well, it's
yeah,
unanimous.
I'm not going
It's
that
definitely.
far, but for me, if your head's not in it, then sell ASAP.
All right. So
Bro,
ASAP.
he's
Okay. So next
he's
up.
worse, he is worse
What?
than Bonasar, bro.
Oh no,
Damn.
no, we're not going. Okay, yeah, we're okay. Okay, no, no, we're not going that far. He's
We
better
are,
than
bro.
Monosar. Monosar was next level. Nah, man. See, this is what I mean. Like, I'm not going that far. But okay, next.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we have Kingsley Coman. Um, yeah, this guy's been at your club now for about what, 10 years? He's now been there 10 years now, hasn't he? Because I think he arrived in 2015 on loan for 2 years, and then he signed on a permanent deal in 2017. Right. So,
Yes,
what
correct.
would you
Yeah.
rate his What would you rate his season? Would you put him on? Where would you guys put him in this tier?
Sell ASAP.
Sell ASAP. Jeez. What are you saying, Liam?
Bin him.
So you also sell ASAP. Wow.
Bro, send him
All
to
right.
Saudi,
All
bro.
right. Send him to Saudi. Hey, listen, would you have him, Zeer, at the Al Hilal? What's
Fuck
that?
no.
Jesus Christ. All right, cool, man. Hey, listen, man, he's got
Fuck
high
no.
standards for his club. He's got high standards for his club. Okay. Next up, we have this one. Oh my days. This one is definitely not, you guys are definitely not going to agree on this one. We have Opamecano, guys. Next. Let me start with you, Zier, before I go to Leon. Zier, go ahead, man. Where would you put him in this list?
So here's the
Don't be
thing.
a fraud, Zeer.
I'm not
Yeah,
Liam, fuck
objective,
off.
guys. Let's
I
be
know what you're
objective.
gonna do in the league. That's not happening. Yeah, yeah. Here's the thing. I think his second half of the season has been great. Yeah. However,
Mm.
if we're being honest, first half, heading to second half, hit and miss. He's had some hit and miss. Like the most notable game I can give you is the Aston Villa game. The guy could have got himself sent off. You know what I mean? That game which we got caught and he was at fault for certain goals. So yeah, I'm gonna say elite. Nor am I gonna say amazing. I'm gonna say great.
Great. Okay, great.
That's just me.
Liam, no, listen, that's fine. Listen, you guys don't have to agree, okay? You guys don't have to agree. That's why I'm here, to be the tiebreaker, okay? Because I'm just going to be the objective one. I'm going to choose between the two of you, the ones that you guys pick. Okay, so Liam, honest opinion, where would you put Deo Opamecano in this tier?
Well, considering he's the best centre back in the world, elite.
Okay, so I guess it's between me. I guess it's now up to me to choose, right? Between elite and great. Well, listen, unfortunately, I'm not biased and I have no say in here. If we're going to judge his full season, he didn't have a good start to the season, but he did have a good end to his season before he got injured, of course, right? And he was a huge miss when you guys lost him in the quarterfinals. But I'll be honest, I'll probably put him in great, to be honest, if we're judging his full season, Liam. I'll put him in great, because I'm picking between what the two of you want. So All right, we'll put him in great. Eric Dyer. I mean, should we just put him and sell him ASAP because he's already left? Or you guys? I mean, I know he's gone, but what would you guys rate his season? Not even that, I know he's already gone. Would you put him and sell him ASAP since he's already left, or would you just say, well, he's gone, but he actually did something? What way would you guys put him? I'll start with you, Liam.
I would have kept him personally.
Okay.
I think when you look at it, and I say to you, Eric Dyer plays for Bayern Munich is a joke. Let's not beat around the bush. It's a joke.
Right.
But at the same time, he hasn't had as many bad games as Upper did, bro. So I'm not going to sit here and act like that. That's the case. When Upper was messing up, he did it a lot more than Eric Dyer did. So me personally, I would have put him in great.
Right.
But I feel like you have to kind of put him in Sal ASAP because he's gone.
Okay. So ASAP. What would you say, Zeer, honest opinion, for Dyer when he was at the club last
Before Zeer speaks, just one sec. The player you've got in great is Alphonso Davies, and Upper is down the bottom.
Oh shit. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Ooh. I don't know. This pictures are so small. I couldn't.
Yeah,
notice it.
no. I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
All right, don't worry. All right, we'll talk about Davis next, but let's finish with the Dyer point. What are you saying, Zeer? What would you rate his season?
I mean, I get that he's better than expected, but again, I think people are judging good for what we expected him to be. I feel like that's what people are judging based on. If I'm being really objective, I think he's had some good performances, and I think he's had some bad ones. But one thing I'll say, I rate his mentality. Um, but again, this is about performance this season.
Yeah.
I have to say average.
Okay.
Average. Okay, average. I mean, you know what? I'll probably put him on average, honestly, Liam. Right? I know he's already gone, and let's be clear, right? And you're just judging his season. We're not even saying like because we know he's gone. So I'll put him on average because he's kind of just did okay. Yeah, it was just okay. But
yeah.
All right, listen, let's go to the next one. Alphonso Davies, right? Obviously, his season ended early because of Canada. But what would you rate his full season? I'll start with you on this year on this one. What would you rate Alphonso Davies' season when he was at the club? Where would you?
I'm not gonna lie, not like I expected him to get to this stage because remember he was linked out to Madrid and all. But I have to admit, elite.
Elite. Okay. What are you saying, Liam?
To be honest, if you don't say elite, you're a fraud. So yeah,
you said he was your player of the season, right? I think you guys were saying that before he got injured.
I was saying before he got injured, yes.
Yeah,
but then I felt like I did, yeah. I felt like Olise was. No, Olise eventually took that spot from him because of his injury. But yeah, but Davies.
He's massive.
The injury stage.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we go from Davies to Serge Gnabry. Liam. Ben. You're done with him. Like there's no coming back,
bro.
Okay.
If I had my way and I didn't disrespect my club by burning the shirt that I have Serge Gnabry on the back, I would have burnt it by now. Get rid. Crap. Bye bye. See you later.
Okay. Zeer, we heard the strong words from Liam. What are you saying, bro?
Unfortunately, listen, I've been calling out this guy for a few years now. Listen, I get that he does perform in purple patches, and when he does, it's unreal. But I'm sorry, it's time to go, brother. It's time to go. It's time to go. Like, thank you for 2020.
All right,
but it's time to go.
Okay, all right. We it's unanimous. We go for some Serge Gnabry to another player who did well in 2020. Leon Goretzka. Zeer, I'll start with you.
Bro, you're gonna be shocked with what I'm about to say.
Hey, I'm not.
Not many people wanna hear it. And listen, I still would get rid of him. However, The only reason why I'm not putting him in get rid of him because I have to give him credit for this season, right?
Yeah,
I
overall,
actually thought he
exactly.
was
That's what this is about.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I actually thought he was amazing, man. I can't even lie. Well, even at
So
center
wait,
back at one stage he was doing it amazing. Yes, amazing. I actually thought he was amazing, bro.
amazing. Okay, amazing.
I
Okay, good, good, good. I'm glad, man. It's, it's about being objective. Even if you want the player gone, you can just rate his season and just say, well, he was amazing, but I still want him gone. You feel me?
yeah, yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. I
that
can't
the
even
two of them
lie,
can do
bro.
the same. Yeah, I feel like that's what this tier is supposed to be about. It's not just about, oh yeah, this guy I don't want him here, so he should go. You can just say, well, he had a great season, but I still want him gone. You feel me? So yeah, Liam, what are you saying?
Elite.
Elite.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So why do you say
Yeah.
elite? Why
All
do you
of
say
these
elite?
people, I see it on Twitter, and I've been replying to a lot of them. And what they keep doing is, day one of getting Leon Goretzka at the club, and they're on like a couple of 100 days, blah 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 blah. But every single time, they use the clip where Rodri is about to bang the goal in when they beat us at the Etihad, which, by the way, I was at that game. And he wasn't actually that bad in that game. He has stepped up this season.
I thought it was
Um,
awful. I can't lie, bro.
he has outshined Joshua Kimmich, who, half our fan base absolutely love. They think he's, can't do no wrong.
Mm.
So, yeah, do I think he's good enough to be at the football club? And should he be at the football club? No. But again, what do we ask from Harry Kane? We ask from him to step up in the big games. This guy has stepped up. You know, it goes from oh, this guy's playing again, man, just go away, to fair enough. You know what? You've actually done really well this game, and then it multiplies and multiplies and multiplies. So yeah, I'm putting him in elite personally.
Elite. Okay, perfect. So we got elite and
By the way,
amazing,
can
right?
I just quickly can I kind of quickly add to Liam's point, right?
Go ahead, go ahead, go
The
ahead, go
reason
ahead,
why I
please,
said
go ahead.
amazing, even though Liam putting elite, I mean, mad, but fairs, is the thing is, right, is that the guy was being pushed out of the squad. And
Mm.
then he took it up the chin and decided, you know what, I'm just going to work my way up when Paulinho got injured and everyone else got injured other than Kimmich. Like Pavlovic was injured, Paulinho injured. All we had left was Goretzka.
Yep.
Okay.
Fairs, man.
And
I mean, yeah.
can I
By
add
the way,
one
isn't
more?
he back? Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, Liam.
Sorry. And just to put it in there as well, a lot of people like to hate on him, and if you think he's crap and that so on, 100%, bro. Is he 2020 Goretzka? How no? And we know why, because Thiago was the click in that midfield. But one thing that needs to be said: when I went to the Spurs game in the Spurs Stadium, which is only a preseason game and whatever, I stayed after, because I always do stay, because obviously I'm cherishing the moment to see our players, even if they're good or not. He put in extra sessions. He was out there for half an hour doing extra sessions after the game, by the way, that he just played. He was putting in extra sessions. So he earns my respect for that.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. I mean, listen. I'm glad that you guys are being very objective because, yeah, I mean, to be fair, you guys, when you guys had your injuries, we moved to center back, and he was actually doing a good job, right? He was actually doing a good job. He was doing quite well over there, even though he's not a center back. And by the way, isn't he back in the German squad?
Yeah, he earned his place in the German national team as well. And he even scored against Italy in the Nations League quarterfinal, bro.
See, this is my point. So yeah, he's definitely been improving. But I'm very honest. I wouldn't put him on elite, but I'll definitely say he's been one of your reliable players this season, right? He's been reliable. So I'll put him in amazing, 100% amazing. All right. We go from him to Rafael Guerrero. Who went first? Was it Zeer? I think yeah. Go Liam.
Let
Liam, you
Liam
go.
go
You
first.
go.
Liam go first. Yeah.
Liam. Rafael Guerrero, bro. I mean,
Bin.
all right. You can elaborate a little bit.
He, well done. You come in, you come from Dortmund, you go from the worst club in German football to the best club in German football and the best club in the world. So fair enough. You come on a free. That's just what Bayern do. We just did it with Tar. So fair enough. And he's had some good games. But Bayern Munich play with a left back, and we do not play with a wing back. If we had Almarin or we were Manchester United, maybe it would work. And maybe he would be amazing and we'd be singing his praises saying he's elite, amazing or great. But for me personally, he does not work. And this season alone, he has cost us many, many times. So he needs to be binned. No ifs, buts, or maybes about it. I am with that he is creative. He can be a creative spark in the midfield. Because most of our midfielders are like crashers, destroyers. Maybe not good ones, but in general. So he can be the creative player. I don't, have any animosity towards him, but he does need to leave.
All right. I hear it. So what are you saying, Zeer?
I'm not gonna say Ben. I'm actually torn about him being sold. I'm not gonna lie, because he's one of them players that could benefit you in certain games. I'm not gonna lie, and I realized this over time. But then again, if we're talking about starters and all this, he's not that guy. Now, if I obviously, because I said I'm not gonna sell, if I was to judge him objectively this season, because he's had some good moments this season, but he's had some terrible one, like the Feyenoord one, for example, or the what's the other game? Bratislava, I believe.
Yeah.
That goal that we conceded, which have never conceded that goal, which cost us, I believe, top eight. Actually, both games he cost us top eight. This fraud, lying, cheating, and stealing top eight. But yeah, listen, I'll say average, man, average.
Average. So it's between average and sell him. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't think this guy has really done enough, to be honest. I know, he's kind of been played around in places. I think he played in the. He at some point didn't he play in the 10 at some point for you guys?
He played in the 10 against Inter Milan, the
There
first
you
leg.
go. And how well did
And
he
did
do in
well.
that game?
And
Yeah,
did
but
really
you know
well.
what? To be fair, yeah, he was actually one of our better players. That's what I'm
Yep.
saying. It's weird.
Yep.
He's a weird one. He's a very weird one.
So he's had his moments, but he's also shown that some moments that he can be
You know
reliable,
what it is,
right?
Amr, you know what it is? You know what it is? He's either had very beneficial moments for us, or he's had very unbeneficial moments for. Like he's basically either cost
Yeah,
us
see that's the
badly
thing,
or he's
isn't it?
yeah, massively, yeah.
So he plays well, and then sometimes he costs you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
I'm a little bit torn, right? Because I would, if I'm gonna be honest, if you asked me, I'll probably put. I would have put him at no impact, to be honest. But to be honest, because he has his moments, but then he ruins his moments by having bad moments. You feel me, right? I would have probably put him on no impact, to be honest, right? Because that's
Up to you,
between.
yeah, go ahead.
You understand what I mean, right? So, what do you guys say? Would you guys put him at no impact, or would you just say just sell him or just average?
Well, I can put no impact. I don't mind changing mine to no impact if you want, but
Because no impact is like the level between sell him and average. So it's like right there. It's like sometimes you have your moments, but also sometimes you screw things first, so you don't have any impact. You feel me, right? You
bro,
don't
I'm
contribute to the
open
team.
to no
You
impact. I'm open to no
you ruin your contributions by messing up most of the time. What do you say, Liam?
Yeah, man. I'll go with that. That's fine.
All right, no, all right, we'll put it on no impact then. All right, next up. That's not Kim Min Jae, is it?
No,
Is that him?
that's Ito. No,
That's Ito.
Ito.
I knew it wasn't Kim Min Jae. I'm like, nah, I'm not racist, guys. Before everyone goes, no, don't do that, okay? I can actually tell faces, man. I
Well,
know
to
that's
be
not.
fair, they're both Asian, so.
I know, but there's Kim Min Jae. I see him. This is Ito. Okay, so Ito, let's actually go. This is a guy you guys signed, obviously, last summer from Stuttgart, right? If I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, Stuttgart. Yeah.
Yeah, from Stuttgart. Okay, so how would you guys rate his first season, and where would you put him in this list?
No impact for me because he joins, cool, he gets injured, and then he comes back and he helps us through some games. Great, thank you. And I actually rate him very highly, but injured again. So I all I could do is say no impact if you deep it.
I mean, all right. So what are you saying, Liam?
In football, there's injuries. We all know this. R9 would have probably been the best striker of all time.
Yep.
If injuries weren't a thing, right? In all of football history, this guy, right, has broken football history. And you want to know how? What Woke just said, yeah, I can't say it. That fracture, yeah, is never ever ever been done twice in a row. This guy's done it twice in a row on the same foot.
God, Lee. How is he still playing football?
Yeah. So, for me, it has to be Sal.
Oh, it's a
But-
metatarsal. Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, that is yeah,
Bro, the
metatarsals are
same
bad,
thing
man.
twice. That's never been done before. Like it might
You know,
have gone on
I
the
think
other
Rooney,
foot, so on.
yeah, Rooney had an injury like that in the past, and yeah,
So
yeah, metatarsals.
I'm with Zeer on the no impact, but because he keeps getting injured, again,
So you can't really blame him.
there's no
I mean, listen,
there's
and
no
also let's be
fourth, fifth,
clear.
sixth chance, bro.
And
It's got to
also,
be said.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So let's be clear here, right? This is not this. Obviously, this tier is just judging their season. So it's not about, oh yeah, I don't rate him or this and this.
No.
You're rating their season.
Yeah.
You feel me, right? So if
Yeah.
if he got injured, that's not something he can help. You feel me, right? So yeah, no impact. I hear it. I hear no impact. I'll put him there. All right. So next up we have Harry Kane. Harry Kane. Liam, how would you rate Harry Kane's season? And please don't be biased.
Bin.
Jesus Christ! I asked you not to be biased, man. All right. Okay. Why?
Bro,
Why? All right,
I'm not
gonna
being
give you-
biased, bro. I know that
Okay,
people
please
don't
go by all
stats,
means.
but stats are there for a reason. If you
Okay,
use
go ahead.
if you use them correctly, and this
Hmm.
guy has digressed, where this guy has digressed with a better player in the team. Now, if someone could please,
Do you mean? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Do you mean regress? Yeah, I just wanted to correct you before the chat starts going up.
yeah,
You meant regress, like you meant the opposite of progress. So basically, regress. I hear you.
yeah. So there we
Alright,
go.
there.
See, this is why I need him. Let's go.
Yeah, listen, man. That's why we're all here, man.
But put it this way, this guy has got better players with him. Doesn't with Thomas Tuchel, he scored 36 Bundesliga goals, yeah? And he had Leroy Sane on the right-hand side, right? The whole time. This guy now has a better player who I personally, in my opinion, think is the best winger in the world. And it's just my opinion. And instead, the guy has got 26 goals in the league. How have you not got 10 of those goals? He needs to be binned. He's not good enough to play for Bayern Munich. There's your trophy. See you later. Bye-bye.
Okay. Zeer, what do you say here? What do you say, man? Like, where would you rate Harry Kane's season?
I wouldn't. I mean, if we were getting Gokeres, sure. However, I'll not lie to y'all. I am definitely saying average. Because for his standards, it's been up and down, dropping deep for nothing. And then even when he fixes his position, he's still not finishing when it matters most. So yeah, it's one of them for me, man. Average.
Average. Okay. I mean, I hear you, Liam. I hear your points. I think that when you look at Harry Kane, he's definitely scored his goals, right? He scored a lot of goals. I mean, there's not as much goals as he did the season before. I agree, right? When you guys didn't win the league, he was definitely performing better. But he scored a lot of goals. His goals have impacted you guys to winning the league, getting your league back. However, I also understand where you're coming from. And also, if you look at his big game record, like in the Champions League against Inter, brother, this guy was absolutely stinky in that game, right? And those are the moments that you buy these players for. I need you to turn up in the big moments in the Champions League, right? It's good you scoring 26 goals, right, in a league where we've been dominating all the time. Do it when we are in a game where we're not the favorites, right? That's why I need you to turn up. And yeah, people are going to go, oh, but Omar, he scored in the goal against in the second leg, brother. Even in the second leg, he was shit. Yeah, he scored a goal, but what else did he do in that game? You understand what I mean? So I'll be honest, I hear you. But I would say this: I'll probably have to go with average because I still think that he scored goals, and his goals have definitely impacted you guys to
Mhm.
winning stuff this season, right? So I'll put him on average, but he definitely needs to step it up, right? He definitely needs to step it up because at the end of the day, people are going to say, "But Omar, he won awards, he won this." Listen, you spent over 100 million on this guy. He's considered one of the best strikers in the world. So you gotta judge the guy based on the standards that you bought him for. And if he's not performing to those standards, then you judge him based on the standards. You feel me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like every player that you see in this tier list, we're gonna judge you based on your season and also the standard that we set up for you before the season started.
Yep.
And that's why some players are where they are. That's why you see Eric Dyer is where he is now. Because even though people don't rate Eric Dyer, the guy turned up. He did better than anyone expected. You understand what I mean? So that's why he can be here. That's why you can put up a mechanic. This is why you see Goreshka in amazing. Because even though a lot of people want Goreshka gone, for what they expected from from the season, from the start of the season, to what he did during the season, he deserves to be here. Okay, so next up we have we have Kim Ming Jae.
We know
Liam,
where this is going on. Don't waste your time.
Liam, be
Yeah.
nice, be nice, Liam. Be nice, Liam. Talk to me, man. Where would you put? What would you say about this guy? And please don't get my channel demonetized, please.
Because I have love for you as a brother.
Mm,
Pause before anyone
mm.
goes crazy with what I just said. I will just
Thank you.
say it didn't work out. Goodbye.
It didn't work out. Goodbye. All right, all right, all right. All right. So, any okay. So, in the nicest words that you can. Yeah, in the nicest words that you can, right?
Bro, I'm
In the nicest
trying
words you
here.
can.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I know
Bro.
you're trying. I know you're trying, but I know I'm putting you on the. I know I'm putting you in the spot here, but please. Okay, so you guys have this is his second season, right? You guys bought him from Napoli, where let's be real, he did okay at Napoli, right? And you guys had high standards for him because he was one of the best defenders in Serie A when you guys signed him, and that is a league that is known for having good defenders.
Yep.
But what would you say? Where did it go wrong for him in your mind, right? This season, like, what would you say for you has been the part of the season that's really frustrated you about him, and why you're just done with him? You're just tired. You just like get him out of here.
Bro, it feels like I'm stepping on hot stones right now.
Nah, I know, man. Hey,
Um,
listen, man. Sometimes, man. Listen. Yeah,
he's
yeah,
just
I
not.
hear you, man.
He's
Go
just
ahead.
not good enough, mate. He's just not good enough. He's not good enough to play in a high line, and yeah, I think he is a defensive-minded player, but in a defensive league.
Mm.
Because I know people are going to be like, but Tuchel's a defensive manager. No, is in he needs to be in a defensive league at the same time as being in a defensive team with a defensive manager. Yeah, there you go.
All right, perfect, perfect. I mean, yeah. Listen, I do hear it. I think sometimes some leagues and some clubs they're just not meant to be. I think that when he was at Napoli, he was in a league where his kind of qualities worked well. You feel me, right? And that's why
Yep.
he looked so great in that league.
Yep.
So, yeah. So I think that at the end of the day, maybe I move back to City. Won't be a bad idea. I mean, I know you guys. I know Liam. You've been trying to sell him to my guy Gio. I mean, that might not be a bad idea. Hey, listen, man, the guy could come in and look like the best center back in the league again, man. You never know. You never know. But yeah, Gio, if you're in the chat, let me know. But Zeer, I mean, in your nicest term, because you were the one who gave him the term Kim Ming Jackass, right? Yeah. So yeah, listen,
We'll
in the
never forget
nicest
when
word,
I
because
started it. By the way, we'll never forget.
yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly. So listen, I'll talk to you now and try not to. I've already told Liam to not. He don't want not to demonetize my channel. You do the same. Talk to me, bro. Where would you put Kim Min Jae in the nicest way that you can?
All right, Kim Min Jae. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, listen.
You're trying so hard. It's like, what words do I use to not?
No. You know what it is? No. Actually, you know what?
Sorry.
No. I'll actually, if anything, jokes that because I was kidding, by the way, in that moment. I'll be real, right? I'll be I'll even be sensible to a degree. I respect the fact
Mm.
that he was playing through Achilles because that's something that we don't talk about enough. I rate that side of him. Um, However, that also comes down to our board and that comes down to our manager as well. That's one thing we need to address. Another thing I need to say, I agree with Liam 100%, and that comes down to the fact that he likes to overcommit. And you can't overcommit when you're that attacking. You just cannot be doing that. I'm sorry. And then also at times for a guy that comes from South Korea, which shocks me, he is soft at times. Like you would think coming from
Mm.
South Korea that you'd be a
Hey, listen, they're in
warrior
the
and you'd
military,
be
man. You see, son went to the military. I mean, what? Did Kim Min Jae not
yeah,
go? Oh,
man.
come on,
What
man.
is this soft behavior and that? So
Yeah, the
listen,
softness.
Bro,
yeah.
you
So
don't understand. My blood is boiling right.
yeah, it is what it
No,
is.
just sit there. It's okay, man.
So listen, listen. I appreciate that he wants to play through Achilles and that, but at the same time, like you can't be acting soft in a football pitch at the same time. You know what I mean? It don't work like that, and then you don't get called out for it. So, unfortunately, good luck in another league, but it's time to go, brother. It's time to go.
You're the weakest
All
link.
right, all right,
Goodbye.
all right. Then no problem, man. Unanimous, man. Kim Min Jae, go back to Italy. All right. Next up, it's not gonna be more. It's not gonna get better. I'm sorry, Liam, because the next guy we're gonna get into is
Oh,
Joshua Kimmich.
let
Liam,
him.
I'm sorry, Zier. I'll let
No,
you
no,
start. I'll
Liam,
let
go
you
first.
start.
Liam,
No,
go
no, no, no.
first.
Liam went first. Liam went first the last time. Okay, I already punished Liam to go first the last
Yeah,
time.
but he's
Yeah,
doing that
listen.
on purpose because. Oh.
No, bro. I swear to God, I did not. I did not set up this thing this way. Okay,
No,
I just
him below me.
exactly,
He wants
exactly,
me to go
exactly.
first on purpose.
Now
No,
I
of
just want Liam to go
course, of
first
course, of
because I
course. He's
want
not.
him
No,
to
no.
just go
Every,
crashing out mode, bro. I just want to
everybody
see.
goes first at some point. No, 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 no. Everybody goes first at some point. Liam,
No,
you
no,
already
okay. If
went
I'm
first
gonna,
in
if
the
okay,
last
I'm
one,
gonna,
and you were
I'm
done,
gonna get
and you.
okay.
Yeah, go.
I'll get straight to the point.
Mm.
Straight to the point.
Okay.
His season is overrated by a lot of our fan bases because they look at stats and don't get it twisted. I've always maintained that he can create opportunities. That's fine. However, this whole passes completed PS that they fucking put in the thing. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to say, excuse me. Yeah, I apologize.
Mm.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. All this comes down to the fact that he plays the most simplistic way you'll ever see: sideways, sideways, backwards, backwards. Word to Dave. You know what I mean?
Word to Dave. Yep. Word to
Yeah,
Dave.
that's what it is. I apologize for that. But listen, I don't think as a whole because he had some good,
Mm-hmm.
very good stints actually, especially
Mm.
when we played against Bayer Leverkusen, and even in the league games leading into that and afterwards slightly. Even towards the, I'd say he started falling off after that stage.
Mm.
Immediately when we got to Inter Milan game, when we got back to the Inter Milan game, he fell off again. He fell off on a cliff again, and again it comes down to turning up when it matters the most. So
Okay.
so technically for similar reasons to Harry Kane,
Mm-hmm.
I have to say average. But I know
Average.
Liam's gonna
Okay.
say bin. But I know Liam's gonna say
I
bin.
know.
That's why I'm not.
We'll go to Liam. Liam, where would you put him?
Bro,
You don't have to
I
go into detail if you
I
don't want to.
I mean no disrespect with this, with what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna mute and you just take it as you will.
Hey, listen. No, 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 no. Hey, listen. At least they can hear him. My channel is fine.
By the way, can I just say he claims for Joshua Kimmich to be a Borussia Dortmund fan. So
He is a
take that as
Borussia
it comes.
Dortmund fan. I had the picture to.
Okay. Listen. Guys, if you guys, for those people, who want to know, my guy is ranting right now. He's saying another not nice words about Kimmich. So, I'll let him say whatever he has to say muted. But okay, so Liam, I hope you've gotten out of your system. Now tell me where you want him to put him in this list.
Bin.
Ben, all right. Yo, so it's between average and bend, right? That's what we're saying. You know what? This
You
is the
can
most.
put
You know what?
no.
I'm gonna put him on no impact because brother, he genuinely had no impact. He's not even like. Let's be real, right? What impact did he have?
Bro, he stops the
Did he?
impact by sideways passing like a crab.
Okay, so yeah. Listen,
Pass,
he's not.
pass,
He's not
pass,
so
pass,
terrible.
back to the
I'm not
goalkeeper.
gonna. I'll tell you this now. I wouldn't put him like. I don't think he's so bad that he should be banned. Maybe if he's this bad next season, then yeah, we can talk about banning him next season for sure, right? But no impact is perfect for me. All right, so let's run these very, very quickly. All right, Vincent Company, the manager, man, first season he won you back your league title. What are you guys saying in his first season? What would you guys put him in his first season at the club?
Liam, go first, bro, because I
Who
won
is it?
last time.
Is it me?
Liam, go first.
Oh, it's
Liam,
him.
you went first. You go first, Liam. Go ahead, Liam. Liam, that's you.
I am. I'm thinking.
He's
Um,
thinking. Let me put it full screen. There you go. Where would you put him here?
elite.
I remember this is just his first season. It's not elite. Okay, elite. Okay, not, I like your honesty. Um,
I
elites.
think. I think.
Hmm.
You know, people will be like, "Ha ha ha, elite," because you go on my channel and you can find me ranting about him, blah 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 blah. But I feel like he's changed our team. Where we were, this is gonna sound so mad, but we were in such a dark place as a club under Thomas
Yes, and the
Tuchel.
Kluko for sure.
I feel like he's got these players happy again. Like Alphonso Davies is smiling again. Obviously, it would be better if he wasn't injured, of course. Jamal Musiala looks happy. Olise, a player that doesn't show a person, not a player, a person that doesn't show emotion. The guy. Let me use this iPad. The guy,
Yeah, that
literally
guy's straight face. He's very
went
straight face. Man.
like, come on, man. So and he's got
Yeah.
him playing. He's got Upper Mancano, who if we were doing this after the Tuchel season, would have been in bin, 1000% bin.
Yeah, I think that would be unanimous.
And he's made him one of the best centre backs in the world, in my opinion. Again, obviously, it's annoying that he got injured. But right now, on what I've just judged, I have to say elite personally. In the end,
Okay, elite. Okay, Zeer, what would you rate his first season?
To be honest, I wouldn't say elite. I get what Liam's saying, but let's not lie to ourselves. At the start, he did show his naivety. But I will give him credit. He has adapted in certain games, but then again, we talk about Inter Milan, right? And that game, I'm sorry, but his style of play needs to be a bit more direct, bro. It needs to be a bit more
Okay.
direct for me. And on top of that, his in-game management kind of showed compared to Inzaghi's. Um, like for example, why did we keep? I know it's Thomas Muller's last Champions League game, but why are you more concerned about that? So actually, you didn't even know if it was his last Champions League game if you thought you're gonna win that game, right? So like, why not sub him off when you had to sub him off when he looked off? Why didn't you bring Nabry on earlier? Like these little things. And then also, I think the Sasha Bowie substitution in the first leg as well cost it. You know what I mean? So I think these things company still has to learn, and because of that, I'm sorry, I can't say elite, and neither can I say it's amazing. But the fact that he won
Mm.
us the Bundesliga, which fine bare minimum, but then where's my Pokal? So great only
Okay.
is what he was getting from me.
Okay, so I'll be honest with you, Liam, right? I see what you're saying, right? Because he did bring back like the joy back into the team, winning you guys your league title back. So I will say this, right? For the club of, and also here's the thing. Also, I agree. I think Pogba's just said it in the chat. He said if you look at his experience, he came from Burnley, comes back, right, and then defeats the manager who everyone's calling like the next big thing and all of this, right?
Oh, Chabi
Right.
Alonso, yeah, he
Exactly
outcoached
right.
him.
Outcoached them in the Champions League, absolutely battered them, right? Winning the league back. And let's be real, like this squad that you guys have, you guys have even admitted that this squad is not good enough. You understand what I mean, right? Like this squad needs massive improvements, and he still managed to win the league with this team, right? So I will say this, because he's in a club of Bayern Munich stature, and also let's be honest, right? Winning the Bundesliga, I know you guys didn't win it last season, but you've had worse managers who won the league with Bayern Munich, right?
Mhm.
So it's more of what you do, the other stuff that you do. Like, what do you do in the Champions League? What do you do in the Deutsche Pokal? You understand what I mean, right? And those competitions, let's be real, you guys were very, very poor in those competitions, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, Champions League, you guys played okay, I guess, reaching the quarterfinals against Inter, who, if they win the Champions League, you lost to the champions, right? So, you can kind of look at it in that fashion and say, well, listen, and let's be honest, there's no shame in losing to Inter. I was worried about playing Inter, and we lost to Inter. So that shows you how good they were. And you guys and you guys fought all the way to the end in that tie, right? So I'm gonna be very honest, right? For his first season, because he was kind of poor in the Pokal, but he was good in the Champions League to take you guys to the quarterfinals. Would you guys agree if I put him in amazing?
Whatever Zia thinks.
I put him in great. I didn't put amazing.
You
but
put
if
him
you
in
want to
great.
put
Okay, so Liam, would you be okay in putting him in great for his first season? Great. He had a great season.
Mhm.
Or would you prefer amazing? Because if you say amazing, I'll put him on amazing, because that's where
No,
I'll
no.
put him.
If we can go with great, it's fine.
All right, we'll put him in great for his first season. All right, cool,
I
cool,
think
cool,
he
cool.
has things to learn, man. He has things to
No
learn.
problem. Listen, he can improve. I want to move quickly to these ones, because there's some I know we want to talk about. Some of these you don't even have to go into detail. We can just say, this, put him here. You feel me, right? All right,
Mhm.
Conrad Leimer. Where would you guys put him? Would you want to make it quick? Zeer. Where would you put Conrad Leimer in this tier, in this list?
I can't lie. My ego
All
wants me
right.
to give him a low rating, but I can't, bro. Something tells me that I can't give him a low rating like that.
Yeah, you be honest, man. You don't have to.
Yeah,
You just be honest. Just be
I
honest.
listen. I'll be
Even
honest.
if you don't like him, just put him.
No, it's like it's just I don't like how him pushing too far forward and then we concede because he's so our right back area is so open. But anyway, I'll put Doggy in average.
Okay. Where would you put Leimer, Liam?
So where did he put him? Average.
Average.
Where average?
I think he's been great.
Great. I'll put him. I mean, I haven't seen much of him, so I'll put him on average. So I'm just gonna be real. I haven't seen enough of him too much impact from him, right? So, all right, Thomas Muller. Thomas Muller's last ever season at Bayern Munich. Liam,
You
how
don't
would you
need
judge his final season at the club?
the way you worded that. Wow.
No, I have to, man. You have to be objective. I mean, if you judge his whole career, I mean, we would know where we would put him in this list. We all know, okay, well. But it's his last season, man. I know it hurts, but yeah. Hey, listen, remember, guys, it's only this season. This guy is one of the greatest Bayern Munich players of all time. Clearly, the greatest Bayern Munich player I've ever seen. I can tell you that. I've seen a lot of great players in this league, but for me, this is his last season, man. What would you judge his final season at the club?
I'd have to go with average.
Average. Okay. Hey, listen, man. Honestly, man. Honestly. All right, Zeer. Where would you put Muller?
Average as well.
Average. All right. Okay, listen, man. We all love Thomas Muller, but his last season was average. It is what it is. Jamal Musiala next.
Elite.
Zeer.
Elite.
All right. So Liam just going straight to the point. Elite. Where would you put him? Zeer.
Who we talk about?
Jamal Musiala.
Yeah, elite. Yeah. I thought
All
I
right.
said that.
Unanimous. That's unanimous. I'm also saying elite. He's also been elite in my eyes. All right, there we go. Elite. Okay. Manuel Neuer.
Manuel Neuer. Ooh.
Let's Zia.
Liam, you start this.
I know. I interrupted on Zia's. Let Zia go first because Zia's got a very interesting opinion on Neuer.
Oh, please, by all means, be honest.
No, so my thing on Neuer is next season has to be his final season.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I get what's happening now, Orbit coming in, Neuer, to be eased out, Orbic to ease in and teach Orbic certain things. I get this stuff. But I feel like last season, or this past season, I should say, was like the beginning of his real demise. Even though we've seen some games that he saved us in. I thought last season was like the last time we've seen his best. Uh, and even then, that cost us against Madrid. So, yeah, listen, I have to admit, I'm putting Neuer on average as well, man.
Average. All right. Liam, where would you put Neuer's season?
And the injury as well cost us
Yeah,
as well.
average.
Average. I mean, am I correct in saying that after next season he'll be 40? He'll be turning 40 next year?
Yeah.
Bro,
And
he
it's
looks about
funny.
he looks 80.
I mean, can I ask you all this, right? Am I correct in saying that the guy he replaced, Boot, wasn't he also 40 when he retired? So he retired. So the guy who you guys had as a goalkeeper before Neuer, I think that guy retired at 40 years old at the club. And then when you retired, you replaced him with Neuer, who will be 40 next year and potentially his last season.
I am unaware,
Yeah, I
personally.
mean, to be fair, you guys know me, man. I did a lot of this stuff. Yeah.
He probably
Yeah,
was, to
Hamburg is
be fair.
coming. By the way, Hamburg. And
Actually,
off topic for a second, guys. Hamburg are coming back into the league. And let's be honest, Zeer and Leo, you guys always when you played every time you guys
oh
played
yeah, I know.
Hamburg.
But but
I
I'm
think that was like two
a,
seasons when you guys beat them like 9-0. Am I correct? You guys beat
Yeah.
them like
yeah,
9-0
yeah, yeah,
twice.
yeah, yeah,
Are you guys happy to see them back in the league?
Yeah.
Just so that you can run it back. Just run it back.
Bro,
No,
listen, but
good to have them
what
in
it
there.
is with Hamburg though. You know what it is with
Big
Hamburg
club.
though. Yeah, I was gonna say back in the day, not many people know this. Hamburg was the biggest club in Germany
Yep.
until Hunes came in town.
Oh yeah. No, see, this is the thing. That's why people laugh at them. It's like when people laugh at United. When you look at Hamburg are they like looked at like United or like Arsenal or no, not like Arsenal, because Arsenal are doing well, right? They are in the Champions League, right? Hamburg are that club who were elite and have so much history, but they're not acting like the history. You feel me, right? Like they should be up there with you guys, right? Challenging for leagues. That's where they should be. That's where they deserve to be. But they're not there. You understand what I mean? But yeah, all right. Neuer, you guys know Neuer. Okay, now Neuer we say average. All right, next up, Michael Olise. Liam, I'll let you start with this one.
Hamburg, by the way, have one
The second
less
most league
type,
titles.
one
By the
less
way,
type. They have
can I
7.
quickly?
They have 7, right? That is one less than Dortmund.
Mad.
Crazy.
Oh,
So
can
if
I
they
just
win the
quickly
league, so if they
say
win the league,
about?
at time.
Well, can I just quickly answer Omar about Hans Jörg Butt? He wasn't 40, but he was in his late 30s.
Oh,
Mid to late
sorry.
30s.
All right, my bad. Yeah, he scored a
Yeah.
penalty against Juventus. I will never forget that. I watched that game. This is why you see a lot of people don't realize I've been watching football for a long time, bro. That was in
Oh, yeah, right,
2009.
right.
I remember watching that game. But okay, so
No.
so okay, so Liam, let's quickly go back. Olise, Olise,
Elite without doubt.
elite. No words needed. Just elite.
No.
That's it. All right. Zeer, you said elite too, right?
Yeah.
Player of the season for Bayern Munich. First season, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I mean, to be
100%.
fair, I knew this guy was gonna. I knew he was gonna kill it in Bayern Munich, so I'm not even shocked. I am not even shocked.
Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, you're right. This is true. But Hamburg went like they were flirting with relegation for so long, but they were never relegated until they finally got relegated. But you guys were playing with fire for so long. All right, well, listen. You guys said elite. You guys were talking about elite. Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to dampen the mood because next up we have Joan Paulinia. Where would you put him, Zia?
Oh,
Jesus
Liam will
Christ.
say Salah. I know him. Me, however, no impact personally.
No impact. Okay, all right. Liam, if you're still there, where would you put Paulinia? Is Liam still there?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he'll be right back. But my perspective with Paulinia, I know he hasn't been at his best and all, but let's be honest. He's only played a certain amount of games, and them certain amount of games he's only played because a player got injured, or you know what I mean, like circumstantial. It's always been circumstantial, And I get it. Company doesn't fancy him because he's defensive and it's a Tuchel guy, whatever. But then why did we bring him to begin with, for one? And two, regardless, we've all been asking for a DM. Literally, everybody that's a part of the Bayern fan base has been looking for a 6. We got a 6. And all of a sudden we want to get rid of him. It makes zero sense to me. So personally, I would I'd keep him, but obviously he doesn't need to be a starter. I don't mind.
Yeah, just his first season, just judging his season. I hear you.
Yeah. But
Okay.
that's why I said no impact for judging this season, I guess.
100%. All right, so Liam,
Yo,
Paulinia, where would you put him?
Bin.
Paulinia. Ben. All right, listen, no
The prob-
surprises there.
The problem is though, is it's not his fault. It's actually Herbal's fault. They should have left him where he was. You brought in a DM, which we've been asking for too many years, to be quite honest. Since Javi Martinez left. So yeah, you brought in a DM, which we've been asking for, but you brought in a DM for a manager that's not even here anymore.
Yeah, that's stupid.
So, like, I don't really blame him. I blame Herbal. And I feel, to be fair, I feel bad for him, but at the end of the day, man, football's a cruel game. So,
I mean, to be fair, you know what's funny about Paulinia? He was actually talking today. He was actually, I don't know if you guys saw his interview, and he was saying that, you know, he's gonna fight for, he wants to fight for his place next season, and
I
that,
respect
you know,
it, bro. I respect
and
it.
I hear, I mean, listen, man, that's what you want to hear from your players.
yeah,
But
100%.
you know what?
You want to hear that from your player, of course. But when he then goes on to say, I want to run out my contract and then go back to Portugal. No, big man, that's not how it works.
I mean, running down contract. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
he
but
might,
Liam,
maybe he'll be.
you
I don't.
You see, you misunderstood.
Yeah,
him
that's what I
because-
think. It might be a misunderstanding of his words. I think he's basically saying that after he leaves Bayern, he wants to go back to Portugal. You feel me, right? And maybe he sees
Yes.
himself like this being like his last big move, right? And playing Bayern Munich, and then after he's done at Bayern, he wants to return back to Portugal, and maybe that's what he means when he says run down his contract. Because I think he wants Bayern to be like the last big move that he makes before he finally returns. But in any case, if I'm just judging his season, because this is his first season at the club, I would say no impact, right? I would put him on no impact, because you know what? Maybe next season, who knows? Who knows, right? Next season, he might prove everyone wrong. Just like Upamecano. You know how you talk about Upamecano last season? Yeah, you just agree that you guys would have said Benham. This season, his performance has changed, right? Maybe he just needs a season at the club. You feel me? So, yeah, I'll put him in no impact for now. Who is this? You guys know who this is?
Pablo.
Is that Pavlovich? Yeah, that's Pavlovich. I always have. All right, Pavlovich. All right. So where would you guys rate Pavlovich? Liam, well, how would you rate Pavlovich's season?
I love Pablo. I really do, and it's perfect to actually see someone come through the freaking youth system. Considering, you know, Stiller's winning trophies, and we got rid of him. Thanks for that flick, you donkey. And then
Damn.
we got rid of Yildiz. He's playing in Juventus. Thanks for that again, donkey. So
Salihamidzic, but cool.
like, it's just so dumb. So I'm happy that he plays for Bayern. I hope he does well. But he has to go an average, because the guy has an illness and he keeps getting ill. So he barely plays, and that's what's given Leon Goretzka a chance.
Okay,
Yeah.
Pavlovich, you put him there. All right, Liam, where would you put him? Honestly, in his season.
Oh yeah, you mean Zeer? Oh yeah, the same as Liam. I don't have
Yeah,
any-
sorry, my bad. All right, average.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, listen, man. It doesn't mean you don't like the player. It just means that, you know, he just had an average season. All right. Is that Urbic? That's Urbic,
No,
right?
Perez.
That's
No
that's yeah.
No impact. He's barely
No
played.
impact. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
We'll move on. All right, Leroy Sané.
Bro, don't even ask me. Bro.
see.
I will get your channel taken down.
Okay, so just give me where you want to put him. Just sit.
Sal.
You don't have to explain why. Just sell, move. Okay, Zeer, where would you put
Ben,
him?
yeah, this Ben, this Haywan can
He's
get
been
Ben.
all right. His high one can get binned. We hear it. All right. Who is this? Some of these players I really don't recognize. Some of these guys.
Oh,
Stanisic.
Who is this? You guys know who this?
Stanisic.
Oh, Stanisic. Stanisic. All right, Stanisic. Where would you guys? How would you guys rate his season in this tier? Liam. Liam, you start this one.
Oh, me. Average.
Average. Okay.
Actually, below average, to be
Zeer?
honest with you.
I'd say average as
You
well.
put
I
him
feel
no
like
impact.
it's no,
Below
no.
average is no impact is like okay.
No, I was just
Okay,
saying average.
Zeer, go
He's
ahead.
had some good games. He's had some good games. It's just I feel like the ones that he hasn't had good games, it's because of concentration levels being lackluster. So
Okay.
I'd have to say average.
Okay. All right. Sven, all right. Where would you guys put him?
No impact.
Is it no impact? He hasn't played at all, has he?
He hasn't played at all, I think.
All right, good. So that's Urbic, yeah. All right, so Urbic, where would you guys put Urbic?
What's
Lee.
what's the one above great?
Urbic, right?
Yeah. What's the one above great?
Amazing.
Zia. I'm gonna
Zeer.
speak to you before I say. Do we go with elite, or do we go with amazing?
For who, Urbig?
Urbig, or
Urbic,
do you
yeah.
think below?
Yeah.
I think we have to go with great, bro, because he's had
Right?
some because he's had some fumbles. But listen, that I'm not gonna be like a specific Bayern fan that we know that's gonna all of a sudden say
Yeah,
get
that
rid
guy's not a Brighton fan, bro. He talks out his ass.
I'm
But at the
not
same,
even going that far, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm not going that far
to
with that.
to
'Cause I'm
go
not-
to go off of what you just said, though, Zia, right?
yeah.
The reason I would personally say amazing, right, is because this is his first season. He shouldn't have played any games, and he should be starting games or starting to get minutes next season.
No, he could have got.
So
some games
can I just say
next
this?
year, but
So can I just say this to you two, right?
go
Because
ahead.
you guys were not expecting much from him this season, and he's been doing better than many of you guys expect in his first season. Is that why you want to put him on amazing, Liam?
Yeah,
Because you feel like he's gone beyond what you expected from him.
yeah, 1000%, bro. This guy was he's brought in to be Project Neuer. That's what it is. You know, we have Alexander Nubel on loan. We have Alright, obviously he's in there, but he's the second to Neuer. And then they brought in Perez. Like, you have 4 goalkeepers.
Okay.
Like, Perez would go and start for a lower Premier League team. He would. There's no if buts and maybes about
I
it.
think
Okay.
he's linked
So-
to Burnley as well, by the way, Perez.
Yeah, so
Funny
for
enough.
me personally, when he's come in, Urbig has made some brilliant saves. His distribution is amazing for a kid. As a kid goalkeeper, whatever you want to say. Now, could he do better? Of course he could. But again, he is a kid. He should not have played. He should be learning the ropes and understanding, okay, I can take this from Neuer's game. I could take this from Perez's game. And I could take this from this and this, you know. He should not have played any games.
Okay.
I hear it, bro.
Okay.
Uh,
So I think a lot of people have been very unanimous. People believe that in his first season he should be put just in great. So you know what? I'll put him in great because I haven't watched enough of him to really judge. So if he had made some mistakes here and there, then maybe I hear it. And it's just, remember, this is just for his season, right? So if you guys are saying great, we'll put him in great then. All right, final player. Who is this?
Vidovic is a he didn't play.
Vidovic, no impact. I'm saying no. I might just know.
He was
all right.
he was pushed out on loan, and then we had to bring him back for the squad. So didn't have enough.
Okay,
players.
well, listen, guy. Hey, listen, man. Yeah. We'll talk about this probably tomorrow. Talk about this tomorrow, guys. So yeah, we'll definitely get into that. Anyways, this is, ladies and gentlemen, the tier. What do you guys think of the tier, Zeer and Liam? Would you guys agree this tier looks okay?
I think we got through it pretty decently. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
To you.
I'm not gonna go. You know, obviously there's various players on there that need to be binned, but that's just my personal preference. You know.
Yeah, that's fine. And listen, big up to every one of you guys who are in the chat. What do you guys think of this tier? Do you guys think this tier is more than accurate? Let me know what you guys are saying in the comment section below. Big up to every single one of you guys, man. This has been A very, very good show, guys. We're gonna be ending it right here, guys. Big up to every single one of you guys. This stream, guys, is gonna be redirecting you guys to Liam. Liam, you wanna go start your stream?
Yep. Yep.
So you got a stream that is coming up, right? Okay, so yeah, you can go ahead and start the stream, and literally when this is over, it's gonna go straight to your stream. But yeah, man, big up to every single one of you guys. This has been. I mean, before we actually go, Zeer, talk to these guys. Tell them what is coming up on your channel, bro. I'm sure you're gonna be on
To be
Bayern View,
honest,
probably.
in my channel, I mean, there's nothing much really happening. Oh, actually, there's two things. I'm doing a hate along on Al Ittihad and Qadsi in the Kings Cup final, which is like the Saudi Cup of the FA Cup.
Of course.
Big up Aubameyang, you know what I'm saying? Aubameyang, come on, man. Uh,
Obama who? Obama blood,
Obama,
blood.
yeah, we need Obama blood clot Yang back, bro, in that final. Lifting the Kings Cup, you get me? Castle Malik. And then obviously Champions League final, everyone's doing it. I'm doing mine as well. And then from there, I don't know if any transfers happens on Bayern and Al Hilal. I'll do news on them. Maybe I'll add more, streams talking about transfers going on in other clubs. Maybe, I mean, wrestling content as well. We have promo class, heavyweight shows that we just finished right now. Yeah, so only more to add moving on from here. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah, guys, make
Check it out.
sure you guys go subscribe to Zeer Talk. Just type Zeer Talk and you'll find his channel. Liam, obviously, all the buying news, everything that's related to buying, you'll be talking about. Um, Tell these guys what's coming up on your channel, what you got coming next, because we're going to be redirecting to you.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about Mark Gay. We are being linked heavily with him at this moment in time. So we're going to be talking about him literally the next couple of minutes of our stream. I'll be live tomorrow at 10. We'll go live at least 3 times a day. There's going to be videos coming out. Recorded a video in London today as well. And I have a video coming out tomorrow as well. So loads of content. All things Bayern.
All right.
You want to troll, whatever. When you think Bayern Munich and it thinks YouTube creators, come to me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys listen. He's one of there's a reason why I started the show, guys. I want to shed light on Bayern Munich and Liam because he's always live, guys, doing the latest Bayern Munich news, watch alongs, anything basically that is related to Bayern Munich and the Bundesliga, guys. He is your guy. So go subscribe to his channel, guys. It will be redirecting you guys to his channel, guys. If you guys haven't subscribed, I see a lot of you guys who are buying finance in the chat. If you guys are not subscribed to Liam's channel, go subscribe to him and you get the full in-depth details on everything that is coming out of the club, the latest breaking news, anything that is related to the club. Liam will always be there to always make the videos or do the streams, guys. So yeah, man, this stream will be redirecting you guys to Bayern View, guys. This has been episode 9, guys. Episode 9 of the FCB show. We'll be running some more FCB shows during the end of the season, guys. It's not going to end because the transfer window is going to be coming up. Club World Cup is also going to be going on. So yeah, there'll be a lot of content on Bayern Munich during the off season as well. But yeah, man, big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. And like I always say whenever I end these streams, guys, like the video, subscribe, and peace, you guys. Take care.